Hi everybody, this is our lesson or our art project based off of Yayoi Kusama's art series called My Eternal Soul. We are going to be making this picture that has a whole bunch of different geometric shapes on it. It's very abstract, it's very just crazy looking. For this, I cut my paper into a square. It looks a little cooler if it's a square instead of the rectangle page. But you can still use your rectangle if that's what you would prefer. I'm using markers. The colors really pop out and they really look like Kusama's work because she used a lot of bright colors. But if you don't have markers, you can use colored pencils as well, or crayons, whatever you have. You'll need a pencil, but remember I draw with my black Sharpie marker so that you can see it on the on this video, but you want to use a pencil in case you mess up. And I had uploaded the drawing examples onto Google Classroom. So you have 3 pages. You have the borders page. So that's what I have here on this edge. And then you have 2 pages that have different shapes. I use, let's see, how many shapes did I use? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I put 7 shapes on mine and then just kind of filled in with lines and polka dots. So probably around 6 or 7 shapes is what you'll be doing. But if you need more, if your page needs to have a little bit more on it, you can do more. If you think that you have too much stuff on there, it can be less, just kind of what your paper needs. So the first thing that I will be looking at is the borders. So I used, for this one, I used this border. Notice that some of the borders are just on 2 sides and some borders I put it around the whole side. They can all be done the whole side, they can all be done just 2 sides, they can be done 3 sides. It's kind of what you guys think. So I used this one on 2 sides for here. And I think I'm going to try, I kind of like this shape over here. So I think I'm going to do that one for mine. You pick your own border shape. If you like one of these better, do what you like better. Or if you have a different idea that's not on this page, then feel free to do that as well. But the one I'm going to do kind of looks like dripping ink or slime or something. And with this being all these geometric patterns, it's meant to look a little crazy. It's not meant to be perfect. The circles are kind of lumpy. The drips are kind of, I want to say drippy, but that's not the word I'm looking for. It's not perfect, so don't get too concerned if what you're drawing isn't exactly how you want it, because it'll definitely work out it'll definitely work out. So I'm done with my border paper. Now we're going to move on to what shapes I want to do. So again, these pages that I did are not your only shape options. I did this eyeball on this one that I don't have an eyeball on here. So you can come up with your own shapes. It's just kind of really crazy, geometric, lumpy shapes. It's very abstract. So I'm gonna do this big kind of squid looking guy. Kind of looks like a rocket ship. And then I think I'm going to, I know I did this on this one, but I really like it. I think it looks cool. So you're really just making shapes. So see, I decided to make this one different than I did there. So really don't think that you have to do something that I have on the guide sheets. These are just examples. They can get your brain going, your brain give you some ideas, but these are not the only options you have. It's honestly kind of just moving your pencil in a swirl and just kind of letting your pencil go where you want it, wherever you want. Let's see. I'm gonna do this guy. There's just a lot of squiggly lines. Turning squiggly lines into a shape. Let's see, I only did 4 and see it took up most of my paper. So maybe I'll do like 2 more small ones, but I don't really need anything big right now. This kind of looks like a snake. So I think that's all I'm going to do for my shapes. And it kind of, at this point, it looks really weird. It looks better once you get it colored. Getting some polka dots to kind of fill in some of the spaces there. So now you want to color it. And I'm using markers, as I said, but you can use colored pencils, crayons, whatever you have. But if you do have markers, I would recommend the markers just to give it really that pop of color. And this is what I'm left with after I colored just my shapes and my border. So now, see, I have all this open space around here. So I'm going to be adding kind of like these little lines and polka dots and blobs. These kind of look like eyeballs. So I'm gonna add those different things all around. I finished all of my lines, my polka dots. I filled in all that space. Now on my first one, I took a colored pencil and I colored all that white space behind, but I think this one I'm going to leave it white how it is. I like the white with these colors. So it's up to you if you think that you need to color that space. You can kind of look at my 2 here and decide which you like better, if you like it filled in with more color or if you like it having a little more white space. So that is all for today, and make sure that you upload this on Google Classroom so I can see your picture.